The Star Wars, both Galaxies of Retribution, the Sith Ascendant. In the vast digital expanse of Star Wars galaxies, Beelzebub was no ordinary player. Clad in striking red and black Boba Fett armor, he wasn't just a bounty hunter. He was a Sith Lord, wielding the dark arts of the Force. With his fierce mohawk standing tall, he exuded an air of intimidation, making it clear that he was not to be trifled with. Yet, the Order of Gross Gluttons thrived on belittling others. Led by Piero Steoni, a boastful clone trooper, and joined by Escalation Fragger, whose comically charming demeanor mirrored Prince Charming from Shrek, this gang took pleasure in mocking Beelzebub. They were flanked by Heinz Bolo, an overindulgent knockoff of Han Solo, Ook Groundcrawler, a diminutive parody of Anakin Skywalker, Floyd Baka, a ridiculous Chewbacca lookalike, Obi-Wan, an absurd take on Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Snallygaster Slopboy, Escalation's alternate character, a purple Ithorian with two slurpers on either side of his head, constantly slurping up snacks. Beelzebub had endured their relentless bullying for too long. After a particularly humiliating round where they taunted him mercilessly, he felt the dark side surge within him. Clenching his fists, he whispered an incantation he had discovered in hidden corners of the game, a glitch that tapped into the very essence of the digital realm. In a flash of crimson light, Beelzebub vanished from his screen, emerging through the computer screens of his bullies. The Order of Gross Gluttons, huddled around their consoles, gasped in disbelief as the Sith Lord materialized before them, radiating power and malice. What? How is this possible? Piero stammered, stepping back as the dark figure loomed over him, the fierce mohawk casting a shadow that seemed to enhance his menacing presence. Let's see how funny you think this is now, Beelzebub replied, his voice laced with authority. The gluttons, once filled with bravado, now trembled in fear. Escalation Fragger attempted to charm his way out of the situation. Hey, it was all in good fun, right? Beelzebub ignited his crimson lightsaber, the blade humming ominously. You've crossed a line that can't be uncrossed. Time to teach you a lesson in humility. The bullies attempted to flee, but Beelzebub was quicker. With a flick of his wrist, he unleashed a torrent of force lightning, crackling through the air and striking the ground around them, forcing them to the floor in panic. Heinz Bolo tried to bargain, waving his hands frantically. We can work together. Just let us go. Your words mean nothing, Beelzebub growled, his eyes glowing with dark energy. You've ridiculed me for the last time. With a swift motion, he used the force to pull Pero toward him, lifting the clone trooper off the ground. Do you remember all the times you laughed at me? All the insults you hurled? As Pero stammered, struggling against an invisible grip, Beelzebub summoned images of their mockery, every cruel joke, every sneer, projecting it into their minds. The other gluttons watched in horror as their past actions replayed before them, each moment etched with their laughter now turned to dread. Snallygaster Slopboy, the purple Ithorian with slurpers on both sides of his head, realized the dire situation. This isn't what we wanted. We can change, he slurped nervously, trying to catch Beelzebub's attention. Beelzebub chuckled darkly. You think you can change after years of torment? I am the darkness you created, and now you will feel its wrath. With a sudden surge of power, he unleashed a wave of energy that enveloped the gluttons, trapping them in a digital whirlpool. They screamed as they were pulled back into their computers, their avatars trapped forever in a game of their own making. Piero, Escalation, Heinz, Ook, Floyd Baka, Obi-Wan, and Snallygaster became the very caricatures they mocked, forced to live as embodiments of their own absurdity. Beelzebub stood victorious, the echoes of their laughter replaced by silence. His fierce mohawk framed his face, a testament to his strength and resilience. He had transcended the mockery of his past and transformed his tormentors into a living reminder of their cruelty. But his journey was far from over. As he looked around the empty room, Beelzebub knew he had to return to binge Star Wars galaxies, not just for himself but to continue the fight against bullying. He would use his powers as a Sith Lord to ensure that no one else would suffer as he had. Activating his jetpack, Beelzebub soared back into the realm of Star Wars galaxies, prepared to write a new chapter in the saga, a tale of power, vengeance, and a dark legacy that would resonate through the digital universe for ages to come. The galaxy would tremble at the name of Beelzebub, the Sith Lord with the awesome mohawk who turned the tide against cruelty, ensuring that even the most absurd would learn to fear his wrath.